Are you searching for a new house? Are you afraid of getting stuck with too big of a mortgage or a rent payment? Do you want to know how to find the right house that fits your budget? This week, we unpack 3 steps to buying the right house for you, so you don't get stuck with a house that feels like a burden on your income. Here's the question of the week. Is this too much house? I believe we are within most safe parameters to buy and purchase this home, but I still feel nervous about this as it's obviously the biggest purchase of our lives. Here's their current financial situation. It's a married couple, 32 and 30 years old. The combined net income is $125,000 a year. The combined savings total the same, $125,000. Combined investments, ETFs, are $80,000. Retirement, they're both maxing out their Roth IRA and 401ks. They don't have any debt. They have excellent credit scores. And the house they're looking at is $300,000. They set aside the down payment, the cost and fees. 30-year fixed rate mortgage is what they're looking at. And with the rates that they calculated that day were $1,623 a month. Their combined take-home pay is $6,597 a month. So the question is this house a good fit for their budget, or are they overspending? Now, we've purchased 3 homes in the past 7 years since getting married. Each home has been an increase in value, but an overall decrease in the percentage of our take-home pay allocated towards housing. Shelter, along with utilities, food, and transportation, are the 4 essential components of your budget. I call them the 4 wheels of your car. It's the only essential category that can appreciate over time, but it's not the only asset that you have that can appreciate. For many families, it's going to be the largest investment that they make, but you need to be careful not to bite off more than you can chew. We got lucky with our first home. Not that there was a suitcase full of money hidden in the walls. It had a torn up crawl space, an old HVAC unit, a bad chimney, and every room was a different, bold color. We got lucky because of the timing. This was 7 years ago, and we were a newly married couple basically just winging it. It would be the best investment education I've ever received, to invest smart, invest early, and invest often. Being in the market was scary, but staying out of the market and renting during that time would have cost us more than we could have imagined. Buying a house is a big purchase. It's likely the biggest financial decision that you'll ever make. Your house can change your life for better or for worse. There are a lot of people with opinions that will make you want to borrow more money, spend more of your income, or just stay away from the market altogether. Having this set of guidelines will keep you from falling into a stressful situation that serves everyone else but your own goals. Here are 3 steps to buying the right house for you. Step 1, calculate your debt-to-income ratio. Your income is the amount of money in your paycheck each month after taxes. The debt is what you're going to be paying on credit card bills, car loans, student loans, etc. There's a lot of considerations, but the Federal Housing Administration sets 43% as a guideline for approving mortgages. This number is not to protect individuals as much as it is the whole housing market. The most typical rule is the 28-36 ratio. This allocates 28% of your income to your cost of housing and 36% of your income to your total cost of debt. Following this rule can help you maintain a sustainable budget and improve your credit score while you work off that debt. The most conservative route for calculating how much house you can afford is the Ramsey 25% rule. This allocates 25% of your take-home pay to your total cost of housing, including mortgage, fees, taxes, and insurance. Dave Ramsey also advocates for a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage and paying off your loan as quickly as possible to be completely debt-free. This is the most aggressive route to home ownership and could be beneficial depending on your relationship to debt. Your second step to buying the right house for you is to calculate your hidden costs of home ownership. Each of the debt-to-income ratios discussed should include your total cost of housing. That includes principal, interest, property taxes, home insurance, private mortgage insurance, and other fees like HOA. You should use online calculators to estimate your closing costs and utilities. All these variables can add up to an important value when you're calculating what you can afford. Your third step to buying the right house is for you to consider if you need to rent. Are you living and working in an area outside of what you can currently afford? Are you potentially going to move areas in the coming year or two? How clearly of a picture do you have of what life will look like in 5 to 10 years from now? Currently, the cost to rent could be lower than the cost to own in 3/4 of the United States. If you're in a stage of life where you're unsure of where you'll work or live in a few years, it may be a better fit to rent. A friend of mine was unsure if they could own a $400,000 home to start with. They had their $80,000 20% down payment saved up. And with a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage at 5.5% interest rate, their monthly payment could be around $2,340. Now that's only principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and factoring in their HOA dues. To manage that payment, you need to be earning at least $9,360 a month to meet Ramsey's 25% rule. That's an annual take-home salary of just over $112,000. Now, that's not where they're currently at professionally. They asked me, how are people affording these prices? The answer is most people are not. They're spending a third or half of their take-home pay just to live there and can't afford any of their other goals or needs. They're house poor. If the numbers don't fit your dream home today, don't worry. You can look for a more affordable neighborhood or save up for a larger down payment to reduce your loan and your cost of housing month to month. Big purchases like this can have big implications on your future financial health. Follow our 3 steps to buying the right house for you, and you'll be starting out on the right foot for your family's largest purchase.